Where my guys are really going to shine is bad spots like this and so on, and see that big hole in that wall. Most people wouldn't even attempt to fix that. But my guys are going to walk right through it here shortly. That's where the old power service come in. And this was probably where the old breaker box was. You know, way back when they drill a hole in the plaster of the brick and they stick a wood plug in it and then put your nail in the wood plug. So, like, that's newer stuff. That's a metal anchor there. Like, that's an anchor. That's newer stuff. But that's the old stuff there, where they put a piece of wood and then there's another piece of wood where they nail the stuff up. Like, that's never had paint on it. So whatever that was, it's been there for a long time. That's probably a power box is what I would assume, because the power come in right there. Come in and one up in the bottom of that box. And it looks like they built the building before they built the power line. Or they would have, you know, made it clean. Stuff like that there. Fixed. That's going to be pretty rough work there. But I got to leave this board. I'm going to cut it off back here because that's the window sill. Basically, we got the window blacked out where we got everybody and their brothers and our tools in here. So, we got the windows blacked out. We don't want anybody knowing what we left or didn't leave. We did something over there, so both sides are blacked out. You can't tell what's going on. This is good. Pulled a few more pieces of paneling off. There was a few pieces here we pulled, but we're gonna work on this today too. See what?
All right, they are patching the column up here in the front. Basically, if there's a hole big enough to put a brick in it, they're putting it in it, or a piece of a brick in it, and then getting mortar over it. We got to get this shored up so it's nice and strong. It's crazy they had it all chipped up like that behind the paneling, so it's been in rough shape for a long time. I don't know what the hell happened in this corner, but they went crazy on this corner. I do know that that's where the service entrance was for the electricity. So there was these little, the way they used to do it back in the day was they would put these little wood dowel pins in little holes in the wall so that you could screw something to it. So a lot of times you'll see 4 of them kind of in a square pattern like that. So that would have been where the original electrical box was mounted. And then it looks like the actual cable came in through there. So that was an original feature of the building, but it still doesn't explain why the whole corner was chipped up like that. And it's not deterioration or anything. It's like somebody did that on purpose. They were beating the hell out of it for some reason. I don't know. If you go around to the other side though, over here, it's in much nicer shape. You do have the issues around where you know, there must have been some kind of door anchored in there or something, and that's why you got a couple bricks missing there. But this side here is almost completely intact. The bricks aren't all tore up. So I don't know. We're fixing it as best we can.
Hey y'all, basically he went in there and put bricks in the big holes. All the way down through there, he busted a brick and got them in there where, you know, we ain't depending on just mortar. Did it up there also. Put bricks wherever he could get them. Like right there, you can see too. Get them all worked up here. Now we're going to basically lay a layer on there and level it up. Get it nice and smooth. They used that, they made it out of a 1x4.
With that stuff off the window, you can see how it's going to open up the building. It's a weird thing though, because they have rebuilt the front of it at some point. So we've got new brick here. And also down below the window is new brick. So at some point, this whole front was redone, but we already knew that because we had the driveway here at some point. So whenever they got rid of that, they must have redone it. We have yet to figure out when that would have been. The brick doesn't look that old, that's what's killing us. And the artwork on the front window is 97. So it could have been done as recently as 97, but we think it's probably older than that.
It was 85, I believe.
You think 85?
The reason I say that, the paneling is a lot thicker. You look at this paneling, it's plied. It's got like layers, like plywood.
Yeah.
And that paneling said 85 on it. We done found that.
Yeah.
So I think that's 85. Or close to it because the nails are nailed right into the...
Yeah.
So I think it's somewhere around 85.
So we're trying to figure it out, but we're basically, this is how it's going to be. We're going to have the front brick. We'll just leave it normal. We'll paint and we'll fix up and paint the top, and the corners will be plastered. But this will all be like exposed brick.
This building, when we started trying to get it, we had an opportunity to buy it here about 15 years ago. 18 years ago. 15 years ago?
No, 14.
14 years ago. And we did not buy it. And then it come up, an acquaintance of ours bought it. And him and his wife separated, and she sold it to somebody out of New Hampshire. And it took me a year to finally get this guy on the phone. And after I got him on the phone, I got it. But then we found out the title wasn't no good. So he had to go back and find the lady that he bought it from and have her resell it to him to resell it to me. So it was a big ordeal to get this building. And it took over a year of us chasing it down to get it. So we've owned it for a couple years, but hell, we've been chasing it for 3 or 4.